We have breaking news and what many will see as a shocking development in the case of Jessica Lunsford. You may remember that she's the little girl who was kidnapped from the bedroom of her Florida home in February 2005. She was raped and buried alive. Her father, Mark, worked tirelessly for the passage of Jessica's Law, and now more than a dozen states have passed versions of it that toughens penalties against sex offenders that prey on young children. That's the background. Now, here's the Today story. Mark Lunsford's son, we don't know if it's Jessica's brother, but his son, who is 18, has been charged with a sex-related offense. Susan Filan is MSNBC's legal analyst. We're just getting this information in. What's the charge here?
Sexual molestation of a minor. The accused is 18. And the victim is 14. He's accused of fondling her twice on two separate occasions in two separate locations. The victim's mom made the complaint. Although the mother does say that the daughter gave consent, but she didn't have the legal age to consent, it's still a crime.
All right, now here's what Mark Lunsford said, and he has started a foundation in his daughter's name. He said, "We're talking about Romeo and Juliet here, not some 36-year-old pervert following around a 10-year-old. You're shaking your head.
Yeah, I mean, what's he saying? Sex offender laws should apply to everybody but my offspring? No, there's right and there's wrong. There's law and there's violation of law. This clearly violates the statute that's passed to protect a child who isn't of the legal age to consent. The legislature has determined that 14 is too young to say yes to an 18-year-old. Now, his son is accused of this conduct, and the father is backing the son and backing away from what he's advocating nationally. He's diluting his message, and I have a real problem with that.
One of the things that we've talked about is these laws that keep people away a certain distance from places where children are, like schools and daycare centers. And the argument is you can't lump everybody into one category. It's one thing to be a child sexual predator. It's another thing to be an 18-year-old who is having some sort of relationship with a 14-year-old. Could the prosecutors have looked at this and had some leeway, even though the mother filed the complaint?
Look, there's always prosecutorial discretion. Obviously, not every case that's presented has to be prosecuted, but how do you back away from this one? Prosecutorial discretion is exercised not because you want to play favorites, but because you don't have the evidence to go forward. In a case where you have a complainant who's willing to testify, there's proof, there's evidence, there's testimony, how can you as the prosecutor say, you know, everybody who did this is going to be in trouble, but you, Lunsford, because your dad's done so well nationally on this issue? Can't do it.
People are going to be talking about this. Again, this is just an accusation, but apparently sort of acknowledged by all sides, an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old. Thanks so much, Susan.
Very welcome.
Appreciate it.